You watch the total on the register hit a painful number. Then you scan a small plastic loyalty card and watch that number drop by $20 or $30. This event feels like a simple reward for brand patronage. You buy their groceries, and they knock a percentage off your final bill. However, grocery retail operates on razor-thin margins, often hovering around 1 to 2%. Handing out broad, uncalculated cash discounts across millions of transactions is financially impossible. Retailers treat that register discount as a direct purchase of your behavioral data. By scanning that card, you exchange a few dollars in immediate relief for a detailed, lifelong map of your household's identity, an asset that generates revenue for the store long after you leave the parking lot. The moment the receipt prints, those individual purchases are extracted into a back-end database and transformed into a comprehensive consumer profile. Every transaction logs specific, intimate details. A sudden switch to gluten-free bread, a shift toward budget-tier laundry detergent, or a steady cadence of baby formula purchases all signal precise household changes. This is achieved through SKU-level tracking. Because the loyalty card links every scanned barcode back to a single account, the store maps out the exact consumption rate of your entire household over time. As we can see in this industry report, retailers use this data to move past basic demographics. They harness it to answer complex questions about who their customers are, what motivates them, and how they discover products, building a 360-degree view of your habits. This high-frequency feed of purchases is then run through predictive AI models. The system calculates your replenishment cycles, forecasting exactly when you will run out of toilet paper or milk, often before you realize the pantry is empty. Supermarkets have transitioned to proactively engineering predictable consumer demand based on this microscopic behavioral mapping. All that verified shopper data is packaged into detailed household profiles and sold to external consumer brands. Grocers use internal advertising systems called retail media networks to monetize your attention, selling highly specific ad space on their apps and websites directly to vendors. The financial scale of this operation is massive. Industry forecasts indicate that retail media will be the fastest-growing advertising channel through at least 2026. This chart highlights that rapid growth, projecting consumer packaged goods spending on retail media to hit $26.6 billion. The grocery segment alone is expected to command roughly $6.7 billion of that investment. Brands pay a premium for this because grocers offer closed-loop attribution. The store can prove to an advertiser that an ad shown to you on the store's mobile app directly resulted in a physical purchase at the checkout lane later that day. The verified, heavily monetized attention of the loyalty card holder has become the modern grocery store's primary product. When you return to the store the following week, that harvested data is actively dictating the exact prices you see on the digital shelf. Retailers deploy a tactic known as first-degree price personalization. Under this strategy, algorithms calculate the absolute maximum amount a specific individual is willing to pay for a given item. This European Parliament report defines first-degree personalization clearly. It differentiates the price for identical products based on individual characteristics. The price is matched to a consumer's willingness to pay, inferred from their data, and offered automatically through algorithms. There is no human oversight. Shoppers traditionally expect static prices. If a box of cereal costs $5, everyone expects to pay $5. But under this model, your neighbor might see one price on their app, while your profile triggers a higher cost. By continually adjusting prices upward to match the maximum amount you can tolerate, this algorithm silently erodes the financial savings you originally sought when signing up for the program. The consumer unwittingly traded their personal data to fund the very algorithm that is now systematically overcharging them. Every shopper walking into a supermarket today faces a choice: participate in the corporate surveillance apparatus or accept an immediate financial penalty. Refusing to hand over your loyalty card triggers a privacy tax. You are forced to pay an artificially inflated non-member price just to buy basic essentials. Because the penalty for withholding data on essential goods is so steep, the transaction involves psychological coercion. It effectively eliminates true consumer consent or choice. You are placed inside a massive, ongoing behavioral experiment, one built to track your limits and monetize your habits with no meaningful way to opt out. Supermarkets have evolved into proactive demand engines designed to manipulate human behavior. The physical checkout counter acts as the final gate. It is the place where you make a final choice between maintaining your privacy and receiving a temporary discount. Swiping that loyalty card serves as a voluntary surrender of personal autonomy to a corporate algorithm.